This is the Castillo de San Marcos, created by Spain 400 years ago or so in St Augustine, Florida, which reportedly is America's oldest city. There's some debate on that subject as to whether it really is the oldest city or even the oldest city in Florida, but that's their trademark these days. Ponce de Leon arrived around 1513. Spain came and built the Castillo around 1672. It fell into British hands for a short while and later was part of the sale of Florida to the United States by Spain around 1840 or so. It has been restored. It is now a national park. Your national park pass will get you in for free if you already have one. Otherwise, it's about $15 per person to enter. There are guided tours available and special events. Lots of people come here to have wedding photographs taken and so on. School trips are pretty common. But I take a walking tour through some of this. I arrived shortly before closing, so really only had about 25 minutes to kind of run through. So I'm just showing some of the highlights of what's available. Certainly there were pretty substantial fortifications capable of withstanding attack from enemy ships. The bay of St. Augustine has a fairly narrow opening. I imagine these cannons up on the top of the wall were just aimed at that opening because that was the one place any ship attacking the fort pretty much had to enter if they were going to come into the bay or harbor of St. Augustine. Though I imagine in later years the cannons probably had greater range and could fire on the fort from the ocean. But the fort overall is in pretty good shape. There were some cracks in some of the outer walls near the corners. You could see various ages of mortar used to repair these cracks. And there were National Park personnel available to answer questions and so on. So it's worth a stop by if you can get here before 5 p.m. at least to see the place. They don't let anybody enter after 5 and everybody has to be gone by 5:15. I got there about 4:45. So again, this was a quick trip, but it was my first time touring the fort. And if you've toured Spanish forts, they all have some things in common and some things that are different. But it's worth a trip. The views are nice. There's good photography. There's wildlife nearby. And interesting to see people from other countries that visit here and to see their impressions of the fortification, which has stood up to time pretty well considering its age of 400 plus years. Towards the end of the video, I'll show some of the historical placards explaining some of the features of the early life and history of the Castillo de San Marcos. Until next time, see you later.